This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 6.
Coach, we're just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at New Era Field in Orchard Park, New York. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Buffalo Bills. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Hayward on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
We want it. Come to my work.
2nd and 9 now. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Mitchell. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
Let's go now. Right there, 56. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Check. Check hot route. Hot. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland 1st.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Bills nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now Allen. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. And we'll get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. On first down, Allen almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Mike, 51. Come off the ball. 51 to Mike, boy, 51.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
Allen, flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. To the air, Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Eluding the pressure right. And he finds his man. That's Sweeney. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ed Oliver able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Mitchell from the gun, he'll throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. 7-7, our score after one. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense, drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. That's on the Pro Bowl guard from Notre Dame, Zach Martin.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Alert!
I'm here all day.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59.
On second down, here's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
Back and go full strength.
Motion, motion, motion. Mike 59.
Hey, tight.
It's our field.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays.
And Gurley, he fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Mitchell now, off the play fake. Gonna flare this one out to Gurley in the flat. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Check 56. Let's go one more.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out.
Let's go, B. Big shit. We got to step it up. 56.
Gurley again here on 1st down. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Here's Mitchell throwing on 1st down. He finds his target, Beckham. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Gurley. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Check. 3 down.
To throw is Mitchell. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Mitchell, and the catch made by Hopkins. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. They're running with Gurley. Wiggles free. And now past another. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Todd Gurley, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Allen now looks to throw. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Allen off the play fake. Complete to Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Down 80! Check. No, ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
I'm on. Half 10. Mike.
53, Mike. Watch the
Allen going to try and throw on third down. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And the Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Allen going to come to the line here, first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Motion. 59's Mike.
5 wide.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine, baby.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Here's Allen. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Incomplete. It's now third down and long.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Silver.
This time they stay on the ground. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
I got him.
Get him.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to fire one. He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a first down carry for Harris. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
That's the way. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Throwing now is Allen. Caught by Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They run with Harris. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Hatchet, hatchet.
They'll run again with Harris. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down.
I'm coming after you. Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Watch the pass.
On third down, here's Harris. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Set the tone, D.
Regular.
44, Mike, 44. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so, and one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
They'll try to run with Harris, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
One receiver right, that's Jeffrey. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Here's Allen to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Mitchell on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Seems to me that our friend Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Harris now to return. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check. 59.
56. 56.
You.
From the gun, Allen works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Check Mike.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Pass. 59 Mike. Check.
Allen going to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Quick to edge. Go. He's cracked. He's checking crack.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
A give to Harris, and he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, and the Bills have retaken the lead. Extra point try good by Gano, and it's now 17-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And all the way down to the 26. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Check, 59. Watch the slant.
On second down, Jameson. Oh, no, he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The kick by Sanders is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge, because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. 4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5.
Hey, Alpha.
Check. 50.
Allen. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Allen. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Geno Atkins got home that time. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Alert!
To throw is Allen. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Boy, Charles, what a critical call in a tie game late.
You want to have the tight coverage? You don't want to cause the penalty. Pass interference in this case. Remember, it's a yardage foul in the NFL, a spot foul where it occurs.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Harris. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Alert. Mike, check. 59.
Hey, tight.
Mike's 50.
Hey, exit.
Mike's 59. Get him.
Now Allen. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try and run with Harris. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe. Really hard to believe. And now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it? Yep. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. First thrown out for the backup, Rodgers. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
Now, Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it, and let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter, but a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there, but in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points, defense held them, and lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for Buffalo, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for Charles Davis and our entire